Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Watching Washington. Today is Friday, April 3rd. I'm Courtney Bragg. Let's take a look at the stories this week. President Donald Trump addressed the nation Wednesday night during his primetime address. He spoke on the status of the Iran war, plans going forward, according to the president. U.S. military presence in the Middle East is coming to an end.
Tonight, I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb.
Looking at the courts, the Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments for a case to end birthright U.S. citizenship. In a historic moment, President Trump became the first president to sit in on these hearings. On Wednesday, the court heard initial arguments on President Trump's executive order limiting birthright citizenship. His order aims to keep children born to non-U.S. citizens from receiving automatic citizenship. Arguments centered around the 14th Amendment, which states, quote, persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, end quote. This term jurisdiction is at the heart of President Trump's arguments, citing its vagueness. Justice has asked U.S. Solicitor General John Sauer clarifying questions during his argument.
We're in a new world now, as Justice Alito pointed out to, where 8 billion people are one plane ride away from having a child who's a U.S. citizen.
Well, it's a new world. It's the same Constitution.
It is, and as Justice Scalia said, I think in the case that Justice Alito was referring to, you've got a constitutional provision that addresses certain evils, and it should be extended to reasonably comparable evils. He said that about statutory interpretation. I think the same principle applies here, and I think we quote that in our brief.
Despite the case taking place in April, the justices will not release an official decision until June. But some initial responses were already made, including from President Trump himself.
Supreme Court's not been acting very well, actually. It was today on birthright citizenship. How did it finish up? Who knows, right? That's the problem. You never know. You know with the Democrats, because a Democrat appointment always votes, no matter what. You can have the greatest case in history. You could have a case where the person you're suing admits they're guilty. And if you're in front of a Democrat judge, she'll overturn that admittance. Now, it's very unfair. And Republicans, judges, and justices, they always want to show that they're independent. I don't care if Trump appointed me. I don't care if it doesn't make any difference to me. I'm voting against him because they want to show their independence. Stupid people.
The American Civil Liberties Union is strongly against the case. Their legal director, Cecilia Wang, believes it will end in their favor.
I come out of the court today with the thought of my parents and so many of our parents and ancestors who came to this country seeking refuge, seeking new opportunities, and who relied on the rule that we've had in this country for 150 years, that everyone born here is a United States citizen, all alike. And I'm confident that the court is going to turn back this president's effort to radically rewrite our 14th Amendment rule of birthright citizenship.
In presidential cabinet news, President Trump has removed Attorney General Pam Bondi from her position. In a social media post Thursday, Trump said she has a new job in the private sector. Deputy General Todd Blanche will serve as acting Attorney General before the president makes a new pick. This makes Bondi the second cabinet member ousted during this term. The first was Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem last month. An American journalist, Shelley Kittleson, has been kidnapped by terrorists in Iraq. The Iraq Ministry of Interior and the U.S. State Department indicated the case may be linked to an Iranian-backed militia group. Shelley Kittleson was kidnapped near a hotel in downtown Baghdad on Tuesday evening. In a statement, Iraq's Ministry of Interior says security forces acted on intelligence to track the kidnappers and pursue their vehicles. The ministry says during the pursuit, one of the suspect's vehicles overturned and a suspect was arrested. The U.S. State Department officials say the arrested individual has links to Kataib Hezbollah in Iran aligned with terrorist groups. Assistant Secretary of State Dylan Johnson posted on X that the State Department previously issued a threat warning and is now coordinating with the FBI to secure her safe release as soon as possible. The U.S. State Department says due to privacy and other considerations, it has nothing further to share at this time. Turning back to Washington, the Department of Homeland Security shutdown continues as lawmakers remain divided over funding. President Trump said Thursday that he plans to sign an executive order to ensure that all DHS employees receive their paychecks. Despite the ongoing budget dispute, the Senate has passed a bill by a unified consent aimed at partially reopening the department in an effort to end the government shutdown. The bill has now been sent to the House of Representatives as some lawmakers previously rejected it and proposed an alternative measure. Lawmakers are expected to reconsider the bill as the impact continues to be felt by federal workers.
It's both parties. There is no single person to be blamed. I think it's every single one of our elected officials who are over in Washington, or well, they're now in either recess or back in their districts. It is their fault. They should be working towards getting a resolution to get the federal workers who are impacted by the shutdown paid.
Up next, a historic revisit to the moon, plus athletes making controversial headlines. Stay with us. More Watching Washington next.
Being involved in the 3-year program at Purdue made it easier to say to myself I could get done in 3 years. The 3-year program helped save me a ton of money. Not completing my 4th year, I would save around $30,000. It will give you an advantage, if anything. Doing the 3-year program at Purdue has shown me that I have motivation to do whatever it takes to get my degree.
Hi there, my name is Vikram Jaithlak and I'm the founder and president of the Purdue chapter of the University Blood Initiative. Over the past 2 years, we've been able to collect over 300 pints of blood to be donated to local hospitals, and you can be the next one to help out.
I donate my blood at the University Blood Initiative.
Hi, I just donated blood through the University Blood Initiative.
Hi, I just donated blood through the University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
Right, I donated my blood through the University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
And I donated my blood at University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
Are you looking for a new hobby?
Or do you want to have a fun evening with your friends?
Then come climb to new heights at the Co-Rec Climbing Wall.
Football. It's the best time of the year. You know what else is great? The world's largest and fastest mascot. You can't have Purdue football without the trains. Look for the Reamer Club outside Stewart Center, 12 to 5 p.m. on Fridays before home football games, for your chance to ride the Boilermaker Special for free. See you then!
1.
You're watching Fast Track News.
NASA's Artemis II mission is officially underway, marking a major step in returning humans to the moon. Early Wednesday evening, 4 astronauts lifted off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. They are headed on a mission to travel around the moon, the first time humans have gone back to that area in more than 50 years. The last crewed moon mission was in 1972. This flight could also take them farther from Earth than any human has ever been before, breaking a record set during the Apollo missions. The crew includes 3 American astronauts and 1 from Canada, and the mission is expected to last about 10 days.
Good to hear your voice, Charlie. PLT.
Thank you, Charlie. This is Victor. We are going for our families.
MS1.
This is Christina. We are going for our teammates.
MS2.
This is Jeremy. We are going for all humanity.
All right, Charlie, your Artemis II crew is go for launch. Full send.
I copy that. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. On this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation. Good luck. Godspeed, Artemis II. Let's go.
NASA says this mission is a key step towards future crewed landings on the moon. In economic news, the Bank of America has predicted inflation above 4% due to the current war in Iran. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index will peak at 4%. The Bank of America also mentioned that oil is predicted to remain around $100 per barrel. Their analysis predicts slower growth and higher inflation, even if the war ends soon. They predict U.S. growth will take a 50 basis point hit to 2.3% if the conflict in Iran continues. The situation could escalate and lead to a recession. From economics to sports, former Purdue basketball all-star and current NBA player Jaden Ivey was waived from the Bulls on Monday for conduct detrimental to the team. This was hours after he posted on social media about his religious views and stated that he did not support the LGBTQ movement. While some have praised the Bulls for their firing of Ivey, others have called the decision a hypocrisy, considering many players currently in the NBA have been accused and charged with serious crimes, such as rape, assault, and battery, but have been able to retain their contracts. Despite his release, ESPN has reported that Ivey will still receive his full salary of $10.1 million and is free to join any other team. Another athlete is in the headlines. Last Friday, golfing legend Tiger Woods was in a rollover car crash due to driving under multiple substances. The crash took place down the road from his home in Jupiter Island, Florida, where he was arrested and later charged with a DUI. The Martin County Sheriff's Office submitted an accident report where Woods was described as sweating profusely as well as limping and stumbling to his right. There were also 2 pills later identified as pain medication found in his pocket. His SUV clipped a trailer and rolled onto its side around 2 p.m., where Woods was then forced to exit through the passenger side door. After his arrest, Woods blew triple zeros but refused to submit a urine test, leading to his being charged with a DUI. However, he did plead not guilty. Woods is expected to step away from all competition and says he will seek treatment for his substance issues. Looking at the upcoming World Cup this summer, fans are celebrating as Bosnia qualifies for the World Cup over Italy. On Tuesday, Bosnia went head-to-head with Italy for the World Cup finals. According to the UEFA stats of the game, Bosnia won after a 4-1 penalty shootout. This is the 3rd World Cup that Italy has not qualified for after being 4-time champions. The game ended in a tiebreaker where Bosnia took the lead. This is Bosnia's 2nd time qualifying for the World Cup, with the first being in 2014. This has fans more excited than ever throughout the streets of Bosnia and can be seen celebrating this victory. In lighter news, businesses got creative this April Fool's Day with a mix of real deals and funny jokes. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House put a twist on its popularized Pizookie topping, the dessert with pepperoni and honey for one day only. Dunkin' also joining in the fun, giving away free hot or iced coffees with the code STILL NOT A JOKE. But not everything you see is real. Halls joked about a new cough drop flavored Grandma's Perks with hints of lavender and lint. That one, however, is just for laughs. So if you saw any of these offers, chances are some were real and some just weren't. Some were just part of April Fool's fun. That's all the news that we have for today. Thank you for watching Washington. We'll see you next time.